Access specifiers in Java.
In this demonstration, we are discussing access specifier. Just consider this one. Under the package access specifier, we are having two classes, two Java classes. One is access specifier.java and the one is access specifier same package.java. So two Java classes under the same package, only to show that how the two classes can access their members if they are existing in the same package. So at first we are discussing access specifier same package.java. Here we are having only one class C, having our public INTP, that is a public member, can be accessible from any class. INTQ, here we haven't mentioned anything private, public or protected, so it is a default scope. So default variable can be accessible from any same package, from any other class within the same package. So that means this Q will be accessible from access specifier Java class because it is under the same package access specifier. We will be testing that one. Private INTR, it is non-accessible from any other class because it is a private member. We're having the constructor passing 3 parameters to initialize 3 instance variables, and also we're having the display method which will display the current content of P, Q and R instance variables. So that is our access specifier same package.java. Now we are going for the another Java class, that is our access specifier. Here we have defined this public INTX. Public members are accessible by any class and also inheritable. Private INTY, private variables can be accessed only within this class and they are not inheritable, they are not getting inherited to the derived class or subclass. Protected INTZ, protected member can be accessed in the derived class also. This is my constructor A passing 3 parameters to initialize 3 instance variables. We're having the display method which will display the current content of X, Y, Z instance variables. Now we are having this class B which is inheriting, extending the class A. So what will happen? Public X will be inherited here, private INTY will not be inherited, protected Z will be inherited and public display will be inherited here. So now what we are doing, here we are having the respective constructor passing 3 parameters. So from constructor of B, set member values of class A. So we are calling the base class constructor. The base class constructor will be used, can be called using the super keyword. So super A comma B comma C. So what will happen? This A comma B comma C will be assigned to this INT A, INT B, INT C to initialize the instance variable of the class A. We're having the display method here which will display the value of X and Z. Why the value of X and Z only? Because X was under the public scope and Z was under the protected scope. So they were only got inherited. Private member INTY has not got inherited in class B. So from class B, Y will be unaccessible. So X is public member of class A and Z is the protected member of class A. So that's why they got inherited and they can be accessed from the display method. We're having this access specifier. There is a last class here. Within the main function, we have there is a line we're printing. There is a data of class B. So A is the name of the class. The object name is class B is equal to new B 5, 10 and 15. So whenever we are calling this class B dot display, let us see what is happening. In case of class B dot display, we are finding that X and Z values are getting displayed. Why? That means whenever you are calling this class B dot display, actually this particular display method is getting called. This particular display method has got called, this particular display method, and that's why we could get only this X and Z values are getting printed here, because this A class object has got instantiated with the B class constructor. So that's why class B dot display is actually calling the B class display method. Next one is that we are defining another class A object, that is a class A, which is getting instantiated calling the class A constructor. So class A dot display is actually displaying the class A display method because we are getting both X, Y and Z values are getting printed. So that means this particular display method has got called, and that's why the X, Y and Z values have got printed accordingly. Now we are dealing with the class C. C class, I told you that it was defined within the access specifier same package.java, which is another class within the same package. I told you this one earlier, they are in the same package. Now what is happening? So C, class C is the object is equal to new C, that is constructor you are calling. Now you are calling this display. We are calling this display. What is happening? You are finding that 31625 is getting printed, because actually this particular method, display method, is printing PQR values. So using this constructor, this PQR values have got updated, has got initialized, so respective values have got printed. We know that public member variable P and the default scope variable, that is a Q, they are accessible from other classes defined within the same package. So what will happen? You can find that this class C.P and class C.Q, they have got initialized with this 9 and 56. So P and Q, they have got initialized with 9 and 56. R is not accessible from the outside of the class, so we are not trying to initialize this class C.R. So now what will happen if I type class C.R? You see, class C is the respective, you see, R is not there, there is no R, so it is not accessible. So after initializing them, if I go for the display method, you can find that this 316 have got updated with 956, and then R is still with the value 25, so 25 was still there. So the class C.display is printing 956 and 25 for the respective values for our P, Q and R. So in this way, we have discussed that how this access specifier is playing such a very wider role in our Java code, and we have explained and demonstrated with the proper examples to clear your doubts and to give you more clarity on this subject.